Start yet? Can we start the class yet? Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. Hey, did we start the fucking class yet? Oh, I guess the class started. You're always late, Master Nature. You're always late. You're always late for your own class. Alright, babies. Where we at, love? Welcome. Welcome to the class, baby. Welcome to the class. I'm ready to smoke already. I'm ready to smoke already. Oh my God. We didn't even start. Well, maybe you should, asshole. You know I am a pedophile, don't you know? Fuck you. Oh my God. What kind of nonsense am I dealing with? I don't know. Anyway, enough about that. We already graduated high school. You are on to the university, my darling. My darling. Welcome to the university, love. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing? Well, first of all, we got to light the candle, right? I almost want to say we should smoke one before we get into this. Oh, my God. Woo, baby. Fast and furious, baby. Fast and furious. No, in fact, that's what I'm going to do. And you're going to say, yeah, you effing. Where's your merchandise, asshole? Oh, my God. All right, guys, hang on. And then we're going to see who we have. I know there's other live streams going on, but whatever. Anyway, real quick, and then we're going to see who we have. And then I'm going to tell you what we're doing. Right? Okay, good. All right, good. Hey, everybody gets an A today. Everybody. Unless you're a prick, then well, you're not gonna get an A. You're gonna get a big F. Fuck you. All right. You should really smoke before you start the live stream. Why do I always sound more and more like John Lennon for some fucking reason? I don't know, really. All right, guys, what do we do? Well, we always have to. You know how we start the live streams, don't you? Yes, you do. Fast and furious, baby. But first, before we start the ceremony, let's see who we have with us, right? Miss Lynn Champagne, I love you. Every time hey, Lynn, I want to get a Bellini with you. I really do. Jules O'Mara. Welcome, love. Always good to see you. I am welcome. You know I love you. You know me and you are like, we're connected by Carl Jung and Bing. Carl Jung and Bing connects us together. That's right, I am. Yes, indeed. Welcome, Dame Deb, the mistress of the bees. That is true. Hey, I think I picked out good names for you guys, didn't I? Gee, I think maybe I put some thought behind it. I don't know. Sometimes. Fits, though, don't it? Dame Deb. Welcome, Dame Deb. Welcome, Kumi. Hello, baby. Love. Stop being sexist, asshole. All right. Welcome, Caroline. Sweet Caroline. Good times never seem so good. All right, baby. Did they ever seem good? I don't know. Maybe. Welcome, Frozen Charles. Look, I swear to God, we're going to unfreeze you one of these days. And you know what I'm hoping to see, Frozen Charles? I'm hoping to see it say your name, saying Unfrozen Charles, formerly known as Frozen Charles. The artist formerly known as Frozen Charles. That's what I actually want to see, to be honest with you. Yeah, for sure. Welcome, G Wizzical. Hello. White Rabbit. You know I'd chase you every day. I still haven't caught you yet, by the way. Yes, indeed. Welcome, Mrs. John. Where have you been? We got some good tea to drink together. Yes, we do. Hey, we can drink it in the rain, baby. Yes, indeed. Well, come on now, don't be shy. Young, my young, my young. Welcome, Creamy Earl. Oh, baby. Stop. Just stop. All right. Yeah, we need to defrost. Charles, we got to defrost you, man. I'm sorry, but we got to defrost you. He's like, but look, I like to be frozen, you asshole. All right. All right. All right. Yeah, that's a good point, Mrs. John. Hey, Stanley, do you remember the video we did about you being in the dark? Remember that? About, 5 months ago? Yeah. I wonder what that video is all about, by the way. Apparently, unfortunately, some people get conned into, P.T. Barnum, right? There's a sucker born every minute, baby. A sucker born every minute. Yes, indeed. Stanley, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you do a video about yourself, 5 months ago, explaining what you are? Yeah, but they don't fucking listen, do they? They never listen to me, ever, ever, and ever, and ever. Well, except the garden. Except the garden listens. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome, Starkeeper Sydney. That's a beautiful name. That's a beautiful name. All right, guys. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. I'm keeping you in the dark. All right. What do we do? What do we do? I think I have like 463 fucking videos. Just saying. I think I'm up to 463. Something like that. It's a lot. Yeah. Anyway. Whatever. All right, guys. It's a lot. It is a lot. But what do we have to do before we start this is called the invocation of the ceremony. All right? That's what this is called. It's called the invocation of the ceremony. Right? And when we do this, what do we do? We light that candle, baby. This is a new one, love. Look at this. Look at this beautiful baby. Look at that. I picked this candle out specifically for this one. Yeah, because that's my face recently. That's my face. Ha! So, here we are, loves. This is the invocation of the ceremony, right? Mind the grubby fingers. There you go. Look at that beautiful flame. That's a big, beautiful flame we got going there, babies. Hell yeah. And I think I want to electrify this one. Yes, we will. Oh, yeah. Here you go. The invocation of the ceremony. Yeah. That's what that's called, by the way. Welcome to the university. Anyway, yeah. Well, we all graduated from high school. I think most of us did. And I wouldn't want it any other way, actually. But if you didn't graduate, that's okay, as long as you're not an idiot. No, I'm kidding. We can be idiots, but sometimes we can't be too idiotic, where we're calling people pedophiles and shit like that. Okay, cock-sucking bastard. Yeah, F you and your mama. All right, baby. Hey, that's all I'm gonna say about that. F you and your mama. Well, I spanked that prick's mama, and she liked it. All right, baby. All right, Stanley. Hey. All right. Well, she did. She liked it. She said, "Spank me harder, Stanley. Spank me harder." And then after I spanked her really hard, you know what she said to me? "Man, I wish I spanked that leech. I didn't spank him enough when he was a baby. And he's still a baby. He's still crying like a baby. Why are you crying like a little baby bitch?" Anyway, that was his mama. She's still barefoot. Okay, she's still barefoot and poor. All right. Stanley knows. Hey, Stanley knows. Okay, you think I'm joking? Stanley knows all, baby. Stanley knows everything. He knows all the angles. He knows all the pole shit. All right, baby. Oh my God, what a joke! You're a joke. All right, baby, let's go. What are we doing? Well, before we do anything, there's a couple things I want to show you. Yeah, we got the audio floating around, you guys. No, hey, everybody's stuck on this. Everybody's stuck on the audio. Yes. But I had a lot of things swirling around this brain today, right? And, you know, that... So... I started thinking about this, right? I posted about it, right? About Murphy, and now part of this is mud, and part of this, of course, is speculation. But I'll tell you what, if I'm hearing correctly here, and that's a but we'll get into that. I'll explain, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Murphy. And then I was thinking, Murphy died, and I'm not trying to be sad. Murphy was killed. Then my brain started going that direction, all right? That Murphy actually was killed. And this whole dog nonsense with trying to find a replacement, right? And all this, and we find the dog under the desk, and all this. I started thinking about that more. And why that would be, and why are we doing that? That my brain started going in that direction, really big time. And then I'm like, you know what? There's part of that picture that is very clear to me, very clear to me. And then we have, when we got creators coming out with doing this and showing this stuff, right? Oh my God, my brain just started bouncing all around here, I'm going to show you some of this, okay? That's what I want to show you. I'm going to show you some of what I'm thinking, and hopefully it makes sense. But we got to keep in mind, we're speculating. This is mud territory. A lot of it is mud, possibly. But which is odd because the picture does become a little bit more clear, though. Here, interesting paradox here. All right, but before we get into that, we're going to do this. You know how we do things here, love. And let me just, one of my weaknesses when it comes to live streams is I tend to miss people coming in. So let me try not to do that. Who did I miss? All right. It's all right. Everything gonna be all right, love. Everything gonna be all right. Oh my God. All right. Welcome, Bond, Christopher Bond. Welcome, Mr. Bond. Shaken, not stirred. That's right. Oh, of course. Shaken, not stirred, love. Welcome, Tony Stevenson. I think you, me, Christopher Bond, and the ladies in the garden. I think we need to go. I think we need to fucking break some people's kneecaps. I think that's what we should do. Actually. Good to see you too, man. Welcome, Stacy. Where have you been? I missed you. Hey. Welcome, Johnny Lydon, also known as Lydon. He is a relative of Johnny Rotten, by the way. Just saying. You see her? Always good to see royalty from from Mr. Johnny Lydon. Leeches, I don't know. Jules, that's a great point. Do they have kneecaps? Well, you know what? If they don't, we'll find what the equivalent is, and we'll burn them out. Okay, all right. Welcome, Miss. Wait. Welcome, Mystique. Every time I see your name, I want to say Mystique. Mystique. Either way, it's still good. Anarchy in Idaho. That's right, baby. That's right, Slide. Oh my God. All right. God, I feel like smoking again already. Jesus, what's wrong with me? You're too hyped up. All right. Welcome, Dame Sophia. Welcome, Wisdom. Mother of Wisdom, welcome. Welcome. God save the burger. All right. God save the Kohlberger. All right. Hey, a pound for a flash, right? Or whatever that goes. A pound for flesh. A pound for Kohlberger. Oof. Ooh. Yeah, actually, probably just like that, actually. Oof. Yeah. Fucking weird, eh? Weird. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? Here's what we're gonna do. God, I don't know. I think my brain is bouncing so much that I'm like, I feel my craving for nicotine is just like, you gotta smoke. Yeah. All right. But we gotta get on. I also like that saying that you left me. We don't give pearls to swine. We don't give pearls to swine. No, we don't. Sometimes we don't realize that until it's too late. Right? Right. Well, that was the mistake I made. But guess what? Life is meant to be learned. And I learned my lesson. Never give pearls to swine. Never. And never. And then we can have a lecture about what Fair Use Act means. Yes, we could. Yeah. Yes, we could. But you guys already know that. All right, babies. Yeah. Give them, hey, welcome, Sir Equinox Bob. That's right. They slop and only slop. Correct, Sir Equinox. Absolutely. 100% on that. Never pearls. What was I thinking? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you were thinking either, asshole. Everybody tried to tell you. But you didn't listen. Your eyes grew before your head. Your eyes grew out of your head, man. Your eyes grew out of your head. See? Yeah. I don't know, Jules. That's a good question. Hey, good point there, guys. Christopher, talking about pearls. Good association here. Hunter Johnson standing on that memorial stage, wearing that necklace. Speaking of necklaces, I want to show you. I want to show you this. Oh, yes, I do. Hey, half my garden is psychic, by the way. I think most of you, well, I'd say a lot of you are, actually. Believe it or not. Yeah. That's the beauty of being in touch with your audience, right? Right. That's the beauty of being in touch with your garden, right? We're on the same wavelengths a lot of the time here, right? Yes, indeed. Yeah, and that's the beauty of respecting your audience. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, hey, listen. Yes, I got a merch store. When was the last time I fucking promoted it? Like never. So what? So what? That's my mentality. So what? It's there. Sure. Whatever. So what? I don't care. I don't care if you visit it. I don't care if you buy shit from me. That's me. I mean, look, I want to say this before we take another quick smoke break. Look, listen to me. If I was independently wealthy, let me just say this. If I was independently wealthy, I would personally fund all the FOIA requests out of my own pocket. I wouldn't bitch and moan about it. I wouldn't whine about it. I wouldn't ask my subscribers to donate to me so I could fund it. If I was independently wealthy, I'd fucking do it on my own. I'd send in all the requests and I'd show it to you guys and be like, here, this is what I got. But that's what I would do. But I'm not in that position. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. Yeah? I'm just saying, in an ideal world, which we know we don't live in, right? You know, hell, if I was independent and wealthy, I'd shell out as much money that it took. I wouldn't want to feed into the extortion racket that Moscow is pulling here. I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to feed into that at all. But you know what? If I had the money, I mean, if I was, independently wealthy, I'll tell you what, it would burn me. It would burn me up to do it because I wouldn't want to give them I wouldn't give them a fucking dime if I didn't have to, because of the shit they're pulling here. But anyway, I hope you understand that point of view. And I certainly, I certainly won't bitch and cry about it either, and stick a PayPal or Venmo logo on my shit and then cry when my donations fell short for that particular night. And I wouldn't cry about it like a little baby. No. Do you see any PayPal, Venmo fucking logos on this? No. Huh. Do you think I give a shit? No. Christ. I love you. You're my garden babies. And the last thing I'm doing is fleecing anybody. Absolutely not. Hey, look, whatever. I'm just saying for myself, I'm not bitching and whining and crying, about things because I can't poach from other people. Fuck you. All right, baby. All right. Anyway, enough of that stuff, enough of that crap. We graduated from high school already. We don't need to go and revisit it, all right? No. We're going to take another quick smoke, and then I want to get on to what I really want to show you, all right? This is the prelude. I love you. Prelude. All right, babies. All right. Quick smoke. That's right. Big smoke. It's like, wait a minute. Oh my God. All right, guys. All right. Here we go. Welcome back, my friends. You know it. All right, here it is, love. We're starting with this, love. Actually, this is where we left off, to be honest with you. An ad. All right, baby. Then the ads come, love. Let's get through the ad. Hang on, we got to get through the ad. Well, that's how we make money, right? 3 cents. All right. 3 cents. All right, 3 cents. All right. Welcome, Glenn. T1M. All righty. What are we doing? You like that? All right. I wanted to start with this first. Yeah. This is interesting to me. If I could find it. Here we are. Okay. I'm like, did I want to start with audio? Do we want to talk about Murphy? Do we want to talk to my conceptualization here after this? Yeah, all the above, but I wanted to start with a document. Weirdly enough. You guys want to start with a document real quick? Now, we're going to talk about Murphy. We are. Oh, yeah. That scream, all right? Okay. Mud, right? But let's assume that scream we heard, all right? Let's assume that is one that is one of the four, right? Let's just assume that. We're gonna get into Murphy because when I'm listening to that audio, we got to be careful pareidolia, right? But in my brain, I'm like, okay, I hear the word dog a lot in that audio. Dog. Now, if I'm not tripping on pareidolia here, which is quite a possibility, right? Because our brains do that a lot. I'm like, what does this mean? And then I'm like, okay, let me go back to Nunez's body camera when he arrives on scene and he's talking to Hunter Johnson. That's where my brain bounced to. And I want to show you that because that's what happened here in my muddy brain. This is mud, but this is, I don't know. The picture becomes more clear here to me. And Sir Equinox Bob, you mentioned this. A couple of others, you mentioned this in the comments. It actually, this is clearer now, I think. But it's still mud. It's still muddy waters. It's still muddy waters here. But there's a clearness, though, that has happened in some way here, I feel. And I want to show you that. I hope it makes sense. All right. But first, I wanted to start with this piece of a document. Yeah. Now, you guys probably have seen this. And I'm going back over the court. Documents, right? Just looking at things I missed, right? Stuff I missed, blah, blah, blah. So this is from June 6th, 2025. So one of the most recent ones before the plea and all this that came out July. So I want to show you this, okay? This is very interesting to me. I think I did see this before, but I'm like, you know what? I want to show this to you guys if you have not seen this yet. All right, so here it is. All right, here it is. Are you ready? We ready? Welcome home. Welcome, hoes. Howdy, love. Howdy, hoes. Just making sure I miss people. Welcome, Christina, again. Everybody. We're going to get to Murphy. Yep. I think, hey, Sir Equinox, Sir Equinox, Well, that's why you're Sir Equinox. Just saying. Anyway, all right. Fuck if I can get fucking comfortable. All right. So this is what I want to start with, guys, okay? So this is a stipulated motion to the admission of additional exhibits as evidence at trial. Compelling here. And again, this is, okay, so this is from June 6, 2025. I want to show you this. Absolutely. So this is Koberger. Koberger, right? Okay, good. So it's a stipulation, right? Court, so stipulation to the defense's admission of 2 additional exhibits described for the record as Exhibit D 1062, FBI Lab Report 4, right? And Exhibit D 1063, FBI Lab Report 12. It's signed off June 5th by Ashley by way of Aunt Taylor. Hello. Hi. Can I give you a handshake while I sell my client up the river? Absolutely. So, yeah, Ashley Jennings by Aunt Taylor. I love how we play together so nicely. Oh, my God. Don't ask, don't ask, don't ask, and don't ask. But, let's go on. FBI Laboratory Report. This is from January 27, 2023. Uh-huh. This is beautiful here. Yeah. This is to Travis Shirley, relief supervisor out of Salt Lake City, Utah, of all things. Uh-huh. Right? Victims, correct, right? Disciplines, trace, hair, fibers, much more than that. Much more than that. So let's go through this. Here we are, FBI Lab Evidence Designators, okay? We got, look at all this shit, guys. Head hair sample from Ethan, debris from right hand of Ethan, head hair from Kaylee, head hair from Xana, debris from left hand of Xana, debris from body bag of Xana, yeah? Debris from body bag of Xana, head hair sample from Maddie, necklace. I don't know if it was pearls or not, but we got necklace from Ethan, bracelet from Ethan. Oh, yes, indeed. Earring from Kaylee, fake eyelashes from Maddie Mogan, ring from Maddie, ring from Maddie, ring from Maddie, hair tie from Maddie, comforter, debris from near northwest bedroom on second floor at the King Roadhouse. Debris from near northwest bedroom on second floor at the King Roadhouse. Debris from half wall leading to a northwest bedroom on the second floor at the King House. Debris from door of northwest bedroom at the King Roadhouse. Debris from drying cabinet. Debris from under computer pad on desk in bedroom at 1630 Northeast Valley Road, apartment G201. Yep. Well, we know. Debris from pillow. We know. Right? We know. Yep. Debris from broomhead at 1630 North Valley Road. Left sock. Right sock from Ethan. Left handbag from Ethan. Shirt from Kaylee. Left sock from Kaylee. Left handbag from Kaylee. Underwear from Xana. Goes on and on. On and fucking on. Left hand bag from Xana. Right hand bag from Xana. Left foot bag. Right. Shirt from Maddie. Left hand bag from Maddie. Right hand. Dog hair sample from Murphy. Dog hair sample from Murphy. Post-mortem. Just saying. Post-mortem. Maybe. What do you think about this? Item 44. Dog hair sample from Murphy. Weird, huh? Weird. Weird how that is. Uh-huh. Just saying. Post-mortem? We're talking about these, right? I don't know. I'm just saying. Post-mortem? Okay. Head hair sample from Brian. Brian. Blanket. Original packaging from item 20, the comforter. Filter from dryer 2. Catch paper from dryer 2. Security tag from dryer 2. Right hand bag, Ethan. Pants from Kaylee. Right hand bag from Kaylee. Sweatshirt from Xana. Pants from Maddie. Filter from dryer 1. Catch paper from dryer 1. Security tag from dryer 1. Catch paper from drying cabinet. Vacuum container from 1630 Northeast Valley Road, apartment G201. I don't know. The results of the trace evidence examinations, the hair and fibers, are included in this report. Methods. Microscopic examination of hairs is accomplished by using stereomicroscopy and comparison microscopy. The presence or absence, appearance, arrangement, and distribution of the characteristics within the cuticle, cortex, and medulla of the hairs are examined and may be compared during a hair examination. Fine. Microscopic examination of fibers is accomplished by using one or more analytical techniques, including that, stereomicroscopy, comparison microscopy, polarized light, fluorescence, instrumentally using microspectrometry, and Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy, blah, blah, and blah. The microscopic characteristics and optical properties determined by these techniques are used for the examination and comparison of fiber. Great. Rules of examination. Items submitted for Ethan, all them, and Kaylee, all them, and Xana, all them, and Maddie, all them, right? Were examined for hairs microscopically consistent with hairs in Brian Koberger's head. However, none were found. None were found, correct. Items submitted from 1630 Northeast Valley Road, right, all that, right. None were found. Animal hairs consistent with dog hairs found in item 61 are microscopically dissimilar to hairs in the dog hair sample from the dead Murphy. Accordingly, Murphy cannot be included as a possible source of these hairs. An animal hair consistent with cat hair found in item 26 is of limited value. Remember that cat? For meaningful microscopic comparisons purposes and has been preserved for possible future comparison. Additional debris collected from items 3, 12, 13, 15, 20, 30, blah, 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 blah. Preserved for future comparisons. The specimens were examined using stereomicroscopy and comparison microscopy where appropriate. And here's the interpretation. Hairs may be characterized and classified according to their morphology. Yes. The first step is determining whether the hair is of human or animal origin. Correct. Animal hairs may be further classified as a type of hair. Fur, guard, and the type of animal. Dog, cat, lion. All right. Screaming Stanley. All right. I'm an animal too, you know. Yeah, for sure. Human hair. Well, I'm not human anymore. But human hairs may be further examined for characteristics of any ancestry, blah, 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 somatic origin. Where they came from? Am I a European snob? Am I a Caucasian? African ancestry? Woof. Master Nature. What are you playing at here? Okay. What are you playing at here, Master? Are you calling me the N-word, baby? Are you calling me the N-word? The artist formerly known as this. Okay. Previously this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Or kooks. No, excuse me. Excuse me. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Sorry. Oh, Master Nature, you really get yourself into a pickle here with these, with your stereotypes. Mongoloid. I love that word, actually. I use that word to describe leeches. They're mongoloids. Hey, if other people can use it, like police departments, I can use it. Okay. Goonie goo goo. That's right. Mrs. John, that's right. Goonie goo goo. Hey boy. You're looking mighty cute in those jeans. You what? Okay. Human hairs may also exhibit characteristics of more than one ancestor. No, are you serious? Are you serious? Ancestral group classifications are based on macroscopic and microscopic characteristics, which are typically observed in hairs from individuals of different ancestral groups. Gee, really? It should be noted there is the potential for a hair to be classified into an ancestral group which may not correspond with an individual's outward physical appearance and or how an individual identifies their own race or ethnic group. Yeah, of course. Somatic origin classifications are based on the macroscopic and microscopic characteristics which are typically observed in hairs from different areas of the body. Interesting. Yeah. Also known as sex characteristics. Fuck your gender. I'm talking about sex, baby. I'm not talking about gender, baby. I'm talking about sex, baby. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about sex, baby. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Hey, you wanted the best, you got it. All right, here we go. All right. The characteristics exhibited in the hairs are used as the comparison. True. When the presence or absence, appearance, and distribution of characteristics exhibited in a recovered hair are represented in the known sample, the source of the known sample can be included as a possible source of the hair that was recovered. Microscopic hair comparisons are meaningful due to the variation in macroscopic and microscopic characteristics between people. However, the comparison of hair characteristics does not constitute a basis for personal ID. No. And the number of individuals who could be included as a possible source of a specific hair is unknown. Great. Gee, I wonder why that is. Hey, remember when Brett Payne was comparing ancient dirt to ancient dirt in his stupid investigation that he was trying to play? Remember that crap? Remember when we're taking soil samples from the Palouse area and we're trying to have laboratories analyze a soil sample? Yeah, and they came back with a report that says, "Hey, moron, this soil sample, number one, is like 2 million fucking years old. And number two, it's found in multiple different regions of the area, including like 17 states, Colorado, Utah, right? Nevada, like all along that area that encompasses multiple states. You cannot compare ancient dirt to ancient dirt. Remember that? Remember when Brett Payne was trying to pull that crap because he thought he was smart? Yeah. Remember because they found a plastic shovel in Brian Koberger's car, supposedly? They found a plastic shovel in his car. And so Brett Payne, being the genius that he is, he thought to himself, gee, if I could get a soil sample, based on, I don't know, bits of dirt on the plastic shovel I found in Koberger's car, I could solve the case. No! You're an idiot. You cannot compare ancient dirt to ancient dirt. Just like this. Just like this. The only thing we can do here is distinguish between human and animal. Human and animal. Human and animal. Yes, you can narrow it down to certain geographic regions. Sure. But, oh my God. However, the comparison of hair characteristics does not constitute a basis for identification. And the number of people who could be included in this sample is completely unknown because it's infinite. Infinite number. Infinite number. Just like comparing ancient dirt to ancient fucking dirt. Brett Payne, you fucking moron. Right? Right. Right. Correct? Correct. Fibers can differ as to type. Rayon, cotton, polyester suit. Hey, zoot suit, baby. Zoot suit, baby. Don't you mess up my zoot suit, baby. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Zoot suit, baby. Zoot. Remember zoot suits? Color, shape, size, microscopic features, delustrant, voids, optical properties, refractive index, sine of elongation. Oh, hey, it's not midnight yet, baby. Oh my God. Master Nature, oh my God. Why do you get me revved up? Master Nature, the wick on his candle, I'd say that's a little elongated, don't you? Hey, you're not taking a hey, babies. You're not taking a ruler. You're not. Hey, don't you be taking a ruler to my wick? Okay. Oh my God. Baby, I love you, baby. Hey, don't you be taking a ruler though. Okay, baby. Hey, sometimes the data is going to be off. The data is going to be off, especially if it's cold outside. Okay, baby. Your number is going to shrink. Your number is going to shrink down to like a 0. Okay, baby. And then guess what? The lovelies and ladies are going to say, where the fuck is it? All right. This is what I paid $25 for? All right. Oh, no. I want my $25 back. All right. Next thing I know, hey, listen, Trixie. Listen, Trixie. Next thing I know, you're going to be throwing quarters at me. I don't want no quarters being thrown at me. You understand? I don't want no quarters being thrown at me. All right, baby. keep your spirit quarter. All right? Don't you be throwing at me. Okay. All right. I am not a side attraction. All right, baby. And don't you be busting out no ruler on me. Okay. All right. But for the rainbow, hey, listen. However, if you are the rainbow lily, I will do whatever you want me to. Yes, sir. I will strip down. I will give you hair sample. I'll give you any sample you want, baby. I will do whatever you want if you're the rainbow lily. Oh, but only if you're the rainbow lily. I don't know about that. I don't know. I haven't seen her in a real long time, baby. Real long time, baby. I mean, what size is that? What size is that? I don't know. I don't know what size that is. What size is that? All right. Whoa. All I know is when it's cold out, this wick shrink down, and it kind of puts itself out. It puts itself out, baby. All right. Hey, Master Ninja, do you have to smoke? Hey, why don't you go smoke one and cool off? Cool off in a 20-degree weather outside. Okay, just cool off, man. You need to cool off, man. Cool off. Cool it. Cool it, man. Cool it, man. No. It's Colette. Should I Colette or should I go? All right, baby. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Tyrone, you're going to get me. You're going to get me banned. I know, baby. That's what you deserve, because you're a prick. All right. Yeah, if you stop fucking choking. All right. Yeah. It ain't that big. It ain't that fucking big. All right. Your wick ain't that big. All right. All right. All right. Oh my God. All right. Thanks, Tyrone. Always good to hear from you. Anytime, Master Nature. I'm always here to help you. Okay? That's right. I'm always here to help. Get your dumb ass exposed. All right. Yeah. All right. So where are we in this? Where are we? Okay. All right. Let's finish this document up. I want to get on to what I want to show you next. Okay. Let's finish this up, right? So the characteristics, right? Optical properties of the fibers are used as comparison criteria. Sure. When the characteristics and optical properties of a recovered fiber are the same as a known sample, the recovered fibers are consistent with originating from the source of the known sample, or from another item comprised of fibers that exhibit the same microscopic characteristics and optical properties. Great. A fiber association is not a means of positive ID. Right. We've been through that, right? However, due to the variability in manufacturing, dyeing, and consumer use, one would not expect to encounter a fiber selected at random to be consistent with a particular item. So then why are you doing it? Right. The inability to associate people, items, through a microscopic hair fiber examination does not necessarily mean the person's items of interest had no contact. Blah. Meh, I don't know. A number of factors can produce this result, including hair fibers may not have transferred. See, they try to get out of this. Sort of. I don't know. Hair's fibers that did transfer may have been lost prior to submission to the lab. That's probably more likely. The hair or ruined. Now they're trying to say this is we're ruling out Kohlberger here. We're ruling out Kohlberger here, okay? The hair's fibers transferred or the known sample submitted may not be representative of the source. Whatever. The hair's fibers may be from a different source, like an animal. Right. For questions about the content of this report, please contact forensic examiner Karen K. Lowe at the FBI. Let's contact her and see what she has to say. For questions about the status of your submission, including any remaining forensic examinations, please contact Brittany A. Swisher. Set somewhere. Well, we got Karen K. Lowe at the FBI. Brittany, though, works for a private company, and we don't want to let that go. Okay? So wherever Brittany A. Swisher works, that's much more private than the FBI, apparently. Right? Okay. So glad I can contact her at a black fucking redaction. Great. It's called a private laboratory. We don't want people to know what it is. Gee, I wonder where that is. I wonder what lab was used in this thing, too. Gee, I wonder what that was. Somewhere in Texas, maybe. What's the name of that lab? What's the name of that laboratory? Down in Texas. Curious. Curious. And curious. Anyway, that was June 2025. Hope you like that one. Hope you like that. Interesting. Mrs. John, I believe you are correct on that. But what was the point of showing that to you? The point was, there's a couple of different points. Murphy, number one. Murphy. Yes, supposedly they took samples from Murphy and compared them against fibers in other places, specifically Kohlberger's apartment. There was no match, we know this. There was no match found whatsoever between the fibers, hairs collected from the victims, nowhere to be found in Kohlberger's residence, apartment. No match at all. We know this already, but I wanted to highlight that, and I wanted to highlight Murphy, the dog. Right. Now, when they're collecting his hair sample, the question is, was it post-mortem, or was this when they had him down at the fucking shelter, supposedly? That's the question here. And the more I'm thinking about this and listening to audio and people screaming, right? And then I'm going to refer back to Nunez body camera and what Hunter Johnson says when we're leading Nunez up the steps. I think it becomes, to me, yes, it's mud. There's mud here. But the picture, though, despite the mud, becomes a bit more clear to me. Sir Equinox, for sure. Dames. Garden. After after thinking about this and my brain burning, I'm going to speculate on this, that Murphy was killed. He was killed in front of Kaylee, at least. He was not taken out of the residence. It wasn't somebody just coming by and taking him. No, it was not that at all. That scream is not because they're trying to kidnap Murphy and take him out of the house. That scream is psychological torture. We are showing Kaylee what we're doing to Murphy, and it wasn't pleasant. Do you think that, my garden, do you think that's possible? That's the question I'm asking you guys. Think about it. Is it possible that not only did they physically torture, okay, but they psychologically tortured here? Yeah. Yeah. That, to me, that scream, okay, if it is from one of the victims, if it is from Kaylee, let's say, all right, that scream to me is not of one being attacked. That scream to me is one of seeing something that is horrible. That scream to me is something happening in front of my eyeballs to something or somebody that I love dearly. That's that type of scream to me. It's not that I am being attacked. It's that the thing that I love the most in the world is being attacked. That's what that scream represents to me. Do you think that's true? Yeah. Yeah. Welcome, Susan. Welcome, everybody I missed. Mrs. John, that's a great point. That's an interesting point. Is there a mechanicalness to it? Is there a mechanicalness to the scream? That's an interesting point here. That's a good point here. That's a great point here. If this scream that we hear on the audio is not from a television set, okay, it's not from somebody watching a movie or a show, if it's a live human scream, if that is true, then to me, that scream is not me being attacked. That scream is I am seeing something I love being hurt. Right? And if it's true from what I'm hearing in that audio about a dog, which I do feel I hear the word dog several times here in this thing, right? If I'm not going crazy and I'm not giving into pareidolia, which is a good possibility, we can't rule that out, but we're playing in the mud a little bit here, right? So, I'm going with that, and I'm saying to myself, you know what? If this is indeed Kaylee, if this is indeed the roommates getting attacked, they are showing her, here is what I'm doing to your doggy. And I'm hurting your doggy, and I'm not just hurting your dog, I am killing your dog. And that's exactly what kind of scream that is for me. I am hurting and torturing something that you love right in front of your eyeballs. And there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. Not one fucking thing you can do about it either. Because that's the kind of game that I'm playing with you. Psychological warfare, physical warfare. Hands down. Absolutely. And it makes sense in a way because why? Because, of course, you cannot have a dog running around the crime scene. You cannot. So you only have a few options. You take it out permanently. Unfortunately, I'm not trying to be gross here, guys. You take Murphy out permanently, as in kill him, or you remove him from the environment. It's one of the two here. It's one of the two. You cannot have Murphy running around the crime scene here. No, absolutely not. And whoever did this thing, We have a good idea, okay? It becomes more clear every day. They know Murphy's in that house. They know who Murphy is. They're familiar with the dog. They know the dog. They know who Murphy is. They know Murphy is going to be in that house. And when I'm doing this thing, I got to take care of Murphy one way or another here. Either I'm going to kill him outright, or I'm going to remove him from the environment. One or the other. And that scream that we hear informs me that they didn't remove him from the environment. They took him out right there and then in that fucking house. And they did it in front of Kaylee. And maybe not just Kaylee, okay? But at least her. They took him out in front of Kaylee to torture her. Before they killed her, they tortured her psychologically. Absolutely. And that's the picture that I got from that. From just that snippet of the audio and that scream, that's the picture that I got in my brain. Yeah, and then I'm going to show you what I couple it with on the body cam footage of Officer Nunez. When Hunter Johnson, that prick, leads him up the stairs into the house. All right? That's where we're going next. And you'll see, hopefully you see then more what I'm talking about. I think you already do, guys. Well, you're the guard. So, of course. But I'm just saying, in order for me to connect it a little better here, I want to show you the Nunez. We got to look at that again. We got to look at him leading. We got to look at Hunter leading him up the steps into the house. Yes, indeed. Let's do it. Let's do it. Exactly, just devil woman. Exactly, G. Absolutely. Absolutely, just devil woman. Hey, it doesn't even look. It doesn't have to look like Murphy necessarily. It just has to look similar to Murphy. It just does. You know? It doesn't have to be 100% accurate. You're right. If it's the same fucking breed, if it's the same breed of dog, and it's roughly around the same age that Murphy would be, that's pretty much all you need to do. It's not that hard. You know? You just have to find a dog that's the same breed and roughly around the same age. That's really all you have to do. You know? Seriously. Because they're going to look similar no matter what. Yeah, there's going to be features that are off a little bit, but not by much. Enough to pass it along. Enough to say, well, that's Murphy. Who is going to know the difference? You think Steve G is going to step up and say, that's not the dog? No, Steve G is not going to do that. Steve G and his family are all about money. Steve G and the Mutts, they're all about the money, baby. They don't give it. They're all about the money. Absolutely. 100%. That's all they were ever about. They still continue to be all about the money. They cannot keep themselves off camera. There isn't a camera that Steve Gonzalez doesn't like. Hey, if you offer him a couple $100 to go on your show, he will go on it. Pretty much, I'm sure. Yeah. Hey, Steve, I'll give you $5,000. Come on our show, News Nation, or wherever the fuck you're going on. Steve, Ashley Banfield, and we want you to just bitch and moan for another hour about this case. He'll gladly do it. He will gladly do it in a heartbeat. That is Steve G. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is Steve G. And while I'm doing that along the way, I'm going to sensationalize the hell out of my daughter's death. I am going to sensationalize the hell out of Kaylee's death along the way. And I'm going to provide details to people that are graphic because I don't really care, right? Because there isn't a camera that I don't like at this point. So I can go on camera to News Nation and say, yeah, They beat the living shit out of her. They caved her face in. They knocked all her teeth out. Yeah. And I don't even blink an eye while I'm doing it. I'm not sad when I'm doing it. I'm not shedding a tear while I'm doing it. I'm not crying when I'm saying these things. I'm a robot. I am a robot. As long as you pay me cash up front, I will say whatever you want me to do. I will say whatever. I'm not going to have any emotion. Yeah, that's Steve and the family, including his corpse bride daughter. Yeah, Olivia. Yeah, it's all an act. It's all for show. They are sick people. They are sick individuals. Very sick. Because look at all the interviews that they have done. Just look at the last one, okay? Are they crying? Are they sad? Are they upset? When they're talking about Kaylee and remembering them in their brain, are they upset at all? Absolutely not. They're not upset at all, guys. Look, and you guys know this. If this was your daughter, okay? If this was your daughter, and she was, first of all, murdered, and second of all, she was murdered in that kind of fashion, I mean, how do you think your demeanor is going to be if you go on a News Nation type of show? I mean, can you at least pretend to cry? I mean, at least pretend to shed a tear for your daughter, I mean, at least pretend. But not these people. There is no pretending at all. The same with Dylan Mortensen, there's no tears. Same with Bethany Funk, there's no tears. Same with everybody else that was interviewed that we've seen so far. There is no tears, no upset, no crying, no sadness, no remorse. No remorse. No remorse. Yeah, we got some fake anger in the beginning from Steve G. We got some fake anger in the beginning of this thing, okay? Fake anger. But that anger that he showed us in the beginning of this case, that was all about him. That was not about Kaylee. That was all about him and his ego. It had nothing to do with his daughter. It had nothing to do with being upset about the fact that she was killed. It had everything to do with him and him alone and his ego. Go back and watch his early interviews here. It's all about Steve G. Steve G. And me and my anger. It's not about my daughter at all. I am not crying. I am not weeping. I am not upset. I'm angry because it's me, I, and my big fucking ego. It has nothing to do with my daughter. Nothing. And that is true. I feel that is 100% true. And I think it is. Absolutely. My anger is not because my daughter was killed. I'm angry because it inconvenienced me. It inconvenienced my life. That's why I'm pissed off. They didn't have to go up the stairs. They didn't have to go up the stairs. But they did, asshole. They went up the stairs. Yes, they did. So what? Why are you pissed off that it was an inconvenience to you? I paid that bill. Remember this prick saying that in the very beginning? I paid that bill. They didn't have to go up the stairs. Yeah, but that's not the point, Steve G. The point is they did go upstairs. And the point is they slaughtered her. And you're not upset about that. You're upset because it inconvenienced you. That's where your anger is coming from. Your anger is not coming from the fact that they hurt your daughter. It's coming from the fact that you were inconvenienced. That is Steve G. the Mutt and his family. Take that to the bank, my friends. Take that to the bank, Steve G. In all your lawsuits that you're still trying to get money, from this. What kind of people are we talking about here? These people they're sick. These people are sick. They are sick people. And that's probably the best way to describe them. They are downright fucking sickos. Sick in the head. Sick in the head. And that is the truth, my loves. And you, my garden, you already know it. You already know it. Anyway, that concludes Act 1 here. Okay? We're taking another quick one, and then we're going to get on to what I want to show you next. And we're going to talk about Murphy a little bit more, and I'm going to show you again Nunez and Hunter Johnson. Let's go. Let's go. Act 2 is upon us. Yeah. That's Steve G. Absolutely. Actually, I'm quite surprised they haven't written a book yet. I'm waiting for that to come out. Maybe they want to clear all these lawsuits first before they write a book. Probably. Hey, why would you write a book if you could fleece Washington State University out of $100 million? Hey, I wouldn't have to write a book. I'd get $100 million, baby. I don't have to write. I don't have to do anything. Just pay me. Just pay me the money. Just pay me the money. Fuck writing. All right. Act 2, baby. Act 2 is upon us. How we all doing, though? How we feeling? How we feeling, loves? How we feeling? How we feeling? Good to see you. Welcome, Thomas. Oh, Aloxabai. I miss people. Welcome, Amy. Welcome, Cane be the purge. I hope we purging some people. Welcome, Les Awake. Welcome. Welcome. I hope everybody is doing good today. Absolutely. Not sweating stuff. Welcome, musical cherubs. Absolutely welcome, love. Happy Sunday, love. Sunday in the electric church, baby. Electric church, baby. Welcome, Liz Sutton. Welcome, hello. Welcome. Now where's my IPA? All right, baby. Where's my IPA, baby? Wait a minute. I forgot my IPA. Oh, shit. Oh, MD, come on. No, it's important. It's important. You shouldn't drink IPAs. They rot your brain. And I tried one. Well, you saw the example of that in my post. I tried an IPA one time when I was 5 years old, and well, no, I didn't. Well, maybe I did. I think my dad gave me an IPA when I was 5 years old because he thought maybe it would straighten my brain out, but it really didn't. It really did not. I think it just made things worse, actually. MD, I'm sorry to hear that. I know, it's all right. The garden understands. You don't really understand, but the garden understands it. Well, yeah, I'm sure they do. I know you don't really understand anything, actually, and I'm getting really sick. I'm getting really sick and tired of it, actually, and we're good. All right, great. We'll talk about it later. All right, let's go. So, we're talking about Murphy. Scream, Nyla, scream. All right, but I wanted to show this to you again, guys, because this fits with the doggy. This was the original play here. If I'm not giving into pareidolia, this is the original play here. Let's watch this. Okay, here we are. So, this comes from Connor. Connor. There you go, baby. Connor, good shit. Raw footage. Let's go. That's a weird hand. Let's go. Right, we get the defibrillator out of the cart. Lovely. Where's she at?
Yep, where's she at?
Yes.
Here we go again. We're not hurrying. Remember, we got a passed out roommate who's unconscious. Okay. This is important. Remember, let's listen to what Hunter is saying here. And I think this will make more sense when we're talking about Murphy. We got a call on 911. He does say that someone, I don't know, was throwing away an animal. And I came to check in here, and this is what I found. Should we review that again, loves? I think we should, because this makes sense. Now, we're going to get to that scream in a minute. Where at? Remember, we've been over this. Nunez is not looking at... Look, Hunter cannot see him, right? Because he's walking up the steps. He doesn't know that Nunez is going to ask him that question. And they speak on top of each other here. Okay? So Hunter is going into his story, but Nunez interrupts him and says, where at? And that causes Hunter Johnson to pause and say, up here, up here. And then Hunter goes back into his story. We got a call. Now listen to this. Listen. Where at? Up here, up here. We got a call. Do you hear 911, guys? Do you hear 911, guys? Do you hear him say 911? Let's just start there. Do you hear him say 911? That is Hunter Johnson speaking, by the way. That's not Nunez. Let's start there. Do you hear Hunter Johnson say 911? Some people have trouble hearing that for some reason. You don't hear that? All right, here we go. Listen. You hear that? I'll go back. The 911. It sounds. I know. Listen. We got a call on 911. Listen.
Where at? Up here? Up here. We got a call on 911.
It's either we got a call on 911 or what?
Up here? Up here. We got a call on 911.
He does say, because someone threw away an animal. That's exactly what he fucking says. That someone, threw away an animal. And I just came to check, and this is what I found. And this is what I just found. That's what he says. And I checked to see if she was breathing, and I didn't check him yet, but I'm pretty sure. And then we got cut up. We get the 13 comes in here. Nope. Okay. Right. Okay, get out. I don't know if they're still breathing or not. I grabbed the knife.
1370.
Right?
Okay.
That's the knife right there.
Stay back there, please.
Fuck yeah. What are you going to do now, Nunez? Hey, Nunez, what do you think your move should be right here in this moment? What do you think you should do? There's your suspect standing right there. He tells you he had a knife.
Slow down. Just come here. There's two. Looks like fatalities.
Sorry, the screen's dirty, guys. Sorry. I have to clean that later.
Dude.
But let's go back. Let's go back. We're going to go back.
Where at? Up here?
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Where's she at? Where's she at?
Where is she at?
Yes.
Standing like Chris Watts. Okay. Listen.
Where at?
Where at? Right. They cannot see each other. Okay. The minute that Nunez says where at, Johnson is going into his story. He's saying we got a call. Listen.
Yes.
Where at? Up here?
Where at? Up here? And right as Nunez says that, Hunter Johnson says we got a call.
Up here.
Up here, up here. We got a call on 911. That's what he fucking says.
Where at? Up here? Up here. We got a call on
That somebody threw away an animal. And I just came to check in there. And that's what I found. I checked to see if they were breathing. I checked to see if she was breathing. And I didn't check him yet. I'm pretty sure something. 13. Yeah. Right? Right. Exactly. Okay, get back. I don't know if they're still breathing or not. I grabbed a knife.
1370.
It's a knife right there.
Okay, stay back there, please.
Okay, stay back there, please. Right. Right and right. Good. Good. We established that, right? I hope you understand that. You guys hear that? No, I do not think that's pareidolia. Absolutely not. I do not.
Where at, brother? Up here? Up here.
We got a call. Do you guys hear at least we got a call? Let's start there. Let's start there.
Where at, brother? Up here?
We got a call. Do you at least hear that? Hunter says we got a call. Do you hear that at all? Nunez, they cannot see each other. And Hunter doesn't realize that Nunez is going to talk to him because they're not facing each other. But listen. Hunter's voice is low. He says, we got a call.
Where at, brother? Up here?
We got a what? What is he saying there then? We got a what? Listen. We got a call. Listen.
Where at, brother? Up here?
We got a call. Up here, up here. He gets interrupted. We got a call. That someone, you know, threw away an animal. And I just came to check in here, and this is what I found. I checked her. I checked to see if she was breathing. And she's not. And I didn't check him yet. There you go, guys. Hey, just saying. That's correct. Charles, that is correct. That's what I believe. That was the original script. Sounds crazy, but that was the original script. The original shit that happened here was, yes, it involved Murphy the dog. Yes, it did. And in my interpretation of this is Murphy was killed. Yeah, unfortunately. I think that's true. And what was going on, somebody did call 911 on them. Someone did call 911. Much, much earlier in the night here. Right? That was the original script here. Somebody saw them fucking around here. And somebody must have seen them taking that dog or that animal out of the house. Something like that. Because in this, my interpretation of this, that's what prompted the original 911 call here. That's what prompted the original 911 call. Not this crap that we're seeing here. Okay? This comes much later. This is not the original here, is what I'm trying to say here, guys. What prompted the 911 call to begin with was somebody, one of the neighbors, saw them fucking around here in the house. They were watching this. Something like that. Somebody saw them take that fucking dog out of the house or do something with that dog outside of the residence. Saw that the dog was dead, probably covered in fucking blood, and they called police on that. They didn't call police on the dead roommates because they didn't know about that. But somebody saw them taking Murphy, who was dead, covered in blood. Somebody carried him out of that house. Just so. And somebody saw that. And they saw them take this. They were, my guess is here on this thing, is they were listening to this and watching this for a little bit of time. And when they saw somebody come out of the house with Murphy, who was probably butchered and bleeding and bloody, and I'm not trying to be gross, but this is my interpretation of this. All right? Somebody saw that, and that prompted them to call 911 originally. And that's what started this whole process here. All right? But this happened much, much earlier in the night. Much earlier. And Moscow knows this. What we're seeing in front of us, that is the recreation of this. Hunter is sticking to the original script. Because that was the original script. See? That was the original script. Here. Does that jive? Does that jive? Does that jive? So, when we listen to this stuff, okay, what I hear, and hey, we're playing in the mud, whatever. But to me, it's becoming a little bit more clear what they were doing here. Yeah, because in this audio, I hear dog a lot in this audio. A lot. I hear the word doggy. You know, dog. Yeah. 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 And this is Jules. Yes, I'm taking that from her. But, you know how fair use works? Hey, Lychee. You know how fair use works? When you take somebody else's work, if it's raw footage like that, fine, but you have to critique it, okay? You have to give some sort of analysis of the work, or else, you know what we would call you? A fucking leech. Anyway, or a thief. Anyway, sometimes we prey on small channel creators because they don't know any better, like myself. Or maybe I already know it the whole time. Anyway, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Isn't that the rule? Interesting. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. And then the true enemy will show itself. Oh, and they do, and they do over and over again. Anyway, excuse me. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So listen, we're going to play a bit of this, okay? And I want you to tell me what you're hearing here. Yes, we hear the scream. We're all friends here, baby. We're all friends here, baby. But that is what I hear in terms of the Nunez body cam. That's exactly what I hear. Now, Dylan Mortensen is a part of this. Don't get me wrong. She's involved here. Then when Hunter says we got a 911 call, we gotta, how do I put this? Hunter Johnson himself did not get a 911 call. It wasn't Hunter that got a 911 call. It was the King Roadhouse that got the 911 call on them. Okay? What Dylan did here was, this is a little tricky here. Dylan either A, included them in the plot, or they were already a part of the plot to begin with, and Dylan really didn't have to do anything. However, we are told she did get them over to the King Roadhouse. So Dylan's a little tricky in this situation here. She's a little tricky in terms of what her actions are in this sequence. She either tried to convince them, right, to pull her into the bullshit, or they already knew what happened. All right, and Dylan calling them and getting them over to the house, that's all irrelevant, right? Right. It's one of those two possibilities with her in this sequence. That there's only a couple of ways you can go with that. So anyway, hope that makes sense here. Yeah. So it's either Dylan pulled Hunter and the gang into this mess, or the gang already knew what happened, right? And Dylan didn't have to do anything here. Like, they were all part of it anyway. So, can you trust Dylan? I can't. No. I mean, 90%? No, you can't. No, you can't. Yeah. Anyway, that's We'll carry. Let's carry on. I hope you like this so far, loves. Oh, another quick break. Another quick one while he's away. And then we're going to get into Act 3. Act 3 of A Perfect Pair, baby. Right. But 3, hey, listen to me. 3 is a perfect number. It kind of is. All right. So we're going to listen to some of that. But I want you to tell me what you're hearing. Because, hey, again, we could be hearing all kinds of things. But I am fully convinced with Nunez body cam, maybe I'm deluded. Hey, I could have deluded myself. But I am fully convinced that's what he's saying on that body cam. Absolutely. I've listened to that a million fucking times, over and over and over again. And, yeah, I'm serious. Absolutely. About somebody throwing away an animal. Well, guess what? Who's the only animal in the house? Murphy is the only animal we're talking about. He's the only animal in the house. Oh. Yes, and yes. I'll tell you, this is a hard class, baby. Hey, it's a hard class, but everybody get A's, baby. Everybody's getting A's today. Unless you bitch. Unless you bitch, then you're getting a C. You're getting a C if you're bitching. All right, maybe I should clarify. I think I need to clarify, guys. Guys, I think I need to clarify. I need to clarify here because I think I need to clarify here, guys. Look. When Hunter Johnson says we got a call on 911, he is not talking about himself personally. He's saying somebody called 911 on this thing. That's what he's saying there. He personally didn't get a call from 911. He is saying somebody called 911 on this house. That is what he is saying there. So, I don't know who prompted that. Now, Dylan Mortensen would be the person that would prompt that. Okay? Because she directs traffic in this case. So, if anything, what Hunter Johnson is saying in that moment, he's saying, I was told, here's the interpretation of that, okay? I was told that this house, right, the King Road house, they got a 911 call on them, on the house, because somebody saw somebody coming out of the house with a dead fucking animal. Yeah. not a live animal, a dead one, right? And somebody saw that, and they could clearly see that this animal was dead, probably covered in blood, right? So there you go. That's the interpretation. Hunter Johnson himself did not get a 911 call. No, he didn't. But that's what he's trying to say in a way. He's trying to say the King Roadhouse itself, somebody called 911 on the house. They never called. Look, well, let me clarify. Their original 911 call in this whole thing originated because somebody saw somebody taking Murphy, the dead dog, from the house. Clearly saw that. And that's what prompted the original 911 call here. Yeah, for sure. Hunter Johnson personally did not get a 911 call. This is filtered through Dylan Mortensen, most likely. It's Dylan Mortensen essentially saying, somebody called the cops on us. And Hunter is parroting that. It just, it sounds stupid, okay? But that's what he's doing. He's parroting essentially what Dylan told the gang. Probably. Unless the gang, Hunter, Emily, the rest of them, they already knew what took place here. It's one of the two. Yep. For sure. That's what I was trying to say before here. That is the original script here. Yeah. The 911, the original 911 call did not originate with Bethany Funk. It did not originate with the roommates. It originated from somebody seeing somebody taking the dog out of the house that was killed. That's what prompted the original 911 fucking call here. That's my opinion on that. Now, is it mud? Yeah, it's mud. Don't get me wrong. It's muddy. But why else would Hunter Johnson be talking like that? Why else would he be saying anything about an animal? I don't know, but he is. You got that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking here. Yeah. Because first of all, you got to ask yourself then, why would it take 8 hours to call 911? It doesn't make any sense. Why would there be such a time delay in calling 911? There wouldn't be one. There wouldn't. It doesn't make sense. If you're not guilty in this thing, right, there's no reason for an 8-hour time delay in the 911 call. There isn't. There is no reason. Unless you're involved. Well, we know they are. They are. But the 911 call, there was a 911 call. There was. Yep. There was. Now, let me clarify that a little bit more for you. Let me clarify that a little bit more. All right. You say, Master Nature, what are you talking about? There would have been a log of this call, correct? Not necessarily. Because, let me clarify the 911 call thing. It's not a 911 call, necessarily. It's a non-emergency call. See? It's a non-emergency call. That's why. It's non-emergency. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm going to qualify that a little bit. And I'm going to say it was a non-emergency call. Yes, the police were called, but it was not through 911. It was a non-emergency call. Huh? No. Right. we can get around it that way, my love. And I'm not sure if Moscow police logs all the non-emergency phone calls they get. I don't know, do they? I doubt it. I mean, think about it. Think about all the non-emergency calls you'd have to log. Oh my God, that would be a pain in the ass. I don't know. I don't know why they weren't treated as suspects. I don't know. They should have been, of course. Absolutely. But see, what's confusing about all this is what Hunter Johnson says. Hunter Johnson misspeaks here. Hunter Johnson is not the most eloquent person to talk. We see this at the memorial service. He makes a complete idiot out of himself. You know? When he's talking about Ethan, remember? The guy doesn't know how to talk. Okay? He comes up with the most stupid shit at the memorial service. So this is not the kind of person you want to have, coming up with something eloquently, or at least, when they're thinking about their dead friends. No. So that's what's confusing. Hunter Johnson misspeaks here. He misspeaks. Yeah. Well, you remember his memorial service address and how horrible that was, right? Where's my $34, asshole? Right? Remember? Right. So Hunter Johnson isn't this. You're not going to put Hunter Johnson in charge of speaking eloquently in the moment. No, he's a dummy. He's a complete idiot. I don't even know how he's in graduate school at this point in time, but he is, supposedly. Well, it's a University of Idaho. We take everybody, apparently. As long as you can pay your dues, I guess. Jesus. Wow. I mean, the guy's dumb. Hey, I'm sorry, but the guy's dumb. He's not the brightest bulb in the box here, though. No, he's not. Anyway, all right. No, he's not. So he does misspeak. The point is he misspeaks on that. He himself didn't get a 911 call. He's talking in general terms. That's what he's doing. He's speaking in generality here. Not him specifically. Of course he wouldn't get a 911 call himself. He's a dummy. He's an idiot. He would not get a 911 call. No. Unless he's a cop that we don't know about. Unless he's a cop that we don't know about. Weird. Weird. Very weird. Very weird. I love you. Let's go. Let's go. There you go, love. All right. Let's carry on. Just a little bit more. I hope you like that. But let me catch up. Let's catch up, babies. Welcome, Ronnie Love. GMW, baby. Diane Cockle. All right. Welcome. 28F. The skull on the back of Abbey Road. Where have you been? Where's the skull? You know what I'm talking about, right? Right. Welcome, Edie. (28F). Welcome, Canada. Hey, how you doing? Welcome, Curious Row. Dizzy Jezebel, my love. I'm dizzy too, baby. My God. Glenn. Oh, Dylan don't stop. Dylan is like the Energizer Bunny, baby, or Duracell or Energizer. I forget which one it is, but she doesn't stop. She doesn't take a breath. My God, she is manic, baby. Dylan is manic. In every interview that she gives, she is manic. She don't stop. She don't take a breath. She don't take a drink of water. Nothing. She keeps on going and going and going, baby. Oh yeah. She is your prime. She is my prime. She is your prime. Hell yeah. Thank you, Dame Sophia. I love you. I don't know. Hey, it could be meth. Hey, Dizzy, it could be meth. It could be meth. It could be. It could be that, or it could be. I don't know. It could be Dylan's natural state when she's not taking her medications, though, right? Because I feel that Dylan has several mental health issues going on. And so it's possible that, well, I don't know, she just stopped taking her medications. You know what I mean? And she may have stopped them for a really long time. So yes, she could be taking other substances. That's true. But I'm like, she also could not be. She could just stop taking the meds she should be taking. And that's what got her revved up. Well, you see that play out in the 11:17 interview. You see that play out on the 12:30 interview. She is hopped. She is manic. There's a big qualitative difference in the tone of voice that she presents on the 11:17 interview compared to the 12:30. There's a big difference in her tone of voice. She is giddy. She is downright giddy on the 12:30 interview compared to 11:17, where she sounds much more nervous. Much more nervous on the 11:17 interview audio. Much more skittish on that audio compared to 12:30. 12:30, she seems downright relieved. Relieved is the good word. Relief is a good word for it. Yeah. Definitely, there are major differences between her demeanor on 11:17 compared to 12:30. There are big differences there. And another problem, we talked about this, Idaho State Police, they fed right on into this. They went along with her in the giddiness here. They're laughing with her. Yeah. That, again, we've said this before. That's a big problem. Why are they protecting these people? I don't fucking know yet. I don't know why. Why would you protect Dylan? Why would you protect Bethany here? I don't know. I don't. Because we know if this was a real investigation, these two would not be protected. They would have been arrested. They would be in jail. Hunter Johnson should have been in jail. You know, exactly in that moment. Well, it's not real though. That's the problem. A great portion of this is not real. So it makes logical beings like you and me, rational thinking creatures, it makes us crazy. And it makes us sound deluded when we're not deluded. No. Because we have to sift through all this garbage. Because this was not. This investigation, well, we know this, guys. I'm beating a dead effing horse here. I'm beating a dead horse named Leech. Okay. Hey, I bet on Leech, and Leech got killed in the last lap. Yeah, and maybe I had something to do with that. Exactly, Ronnie. Exactly, guys. Leech got salted, baby. We pull salt. We pull salt. Hey, we also got sage here, baby. You know what we use sage for? Yeah, clearing fucking evil spaces. Okay, fuck you. Okay? Sage and salt will get you every time, my friend. Sage and salt. Yeah. Absolutely. Hey, and by the way, when you talk, can you blow your nose? Because it sounds like you're fucking talking through a trumpet. That's what it sounds like. Idiot. Ah. Blow your nose. Okay. Do I have to blow your nose for you? Hey, well, listen. This is Screamer's Dad. You know what it is. Listen, I spanked his mama. And his mama's like, can I have another? Okay. She liked it. Because, you know what she said to me? Hey, she said, well, the leech's daddy took off 25 years ago, and now he left me with this fucking problem. Okay. Please spank me again. I will be on double probation for you. Okay. Double probation. Okay. Fuck you. Screaming Stanley is the god. Hey, Stanley is the god. You don't even know who Screaming Stanley is, actually. Well, my garden does, but you don't. I am knows who I am. I am knows who I am. Dame and well, a few of you do know who Stanley is, actually. And we can't lose sight of that, can we? No, because guess what? If we lose sight of Stanley is going to bite you in the ass. Stanley, if we lose sight of Stanley, okay, he is going to bite you in the fucking ass every time. That's why we can't not lose sight of him. Yeah, and my garden knows that. Yeah, that's Stanley. For sure. He bites me in the ass all the time, and he's one of my spirit guides. Yeah, so I can't lose track of him, but I do. But you can't lose track of him either, because he will bite you in the ass. Not my garden. I'm saying other people. No. Stanley has a contract with me and my garden, see? He doesn't bite my garden in the ass, but he will bite other people in the ass for sure. Especially people attacking my garden. Yeah. Stanley don't play that game. Stanley do not play that game. No way. No way. Yeah. So the point is, hey, Leech, hey, blow your fucking nose before you make a video, chump. Stop being a baby. I spanked your mother, and she liked it. And then you know what? She's like, hey, Stanley, do you want to smoke a cigar with me? I said, sure, why not? And she said, hey, well, his daddy left me these cigars, and 3 cents in a box. Okay. I said, hey, let's smoke them all, bitch. What? Oh, yeah. Wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. Just wait a minute. Hey.
The best gifts are
Hey. I know. Stick with me. Hey. You want to talk about ripoffs? Hey. This is where we got it from. All right, baby. Anyway, I hope you like that. That was the real outcast. Yeah. Leech. Anyway, moving on back to the university. Back to the university. All right. Back to the university. Interesting how that works.
My energy bill dropped from $150 to $50.
Well, that's nice. Now, let's see. Now, we already been there. Now, okay, all right. We play it right here. So this is Jules, okay? That's where I'm getting it from. But let's back up. We got to back up a bit, okay? We're backing up. Hopefully not into an ad. Okay. Hey, Jewel. Hopefully not into an ad, but probably. I'm just saying. Quiet. And quiet. Sorry, guys. Streaming. Gotta back up. If the stupid fucking circle would not let me. Come on. All right. Yeah, we hear a lot of shit happening within these 2 minutes coming up. A lot of activity. Is it the television? I don't know. Is it a Oh, sorry. Well, went way too far. All right. We'll keep it from here. No subtitles on this one, guys, unfortunately. Can you make out that? Ooh. Yeah, that's a little weird here. Let me back up. I don't know what that sound is. Listen. Do you hear that little clip there? Listen. Click. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. There's a little click there. Here comes that fucking SUV. This is the SUV. That is a black SUV. I don't know if it's a Mercedes-Benz, okay? I have no idea. But, however, let's carry on. Look, I don't think Jack Decor was set up here. Some people may think that is the case. I don't think Jack Decor was set up. I think Jack Decor is in the middle of this thing. You cannot forget a 17-minute phone conversation with your ex-girlfriend. Okay? In his police interview, he doesn't have an explanation for why he forgot a 17-minute phone call with Kaylee. He has no explanation for that. It's not even remotely good. No, it's not even close to an explanation. It's like, well, I don't know. That's not an explanation. I mean, I could think of something better, like, well, I don't know, I was drunk. No, you know what I mean? First of all, you're not going to forget a 17-minute phone call with your ex-girlfriend. Absolutely not. That's number one. I don't care how intoxicated you are or to pretend to be. You are not going to forget that. Even if you don't know exactly what you guys talked about, you're not going to forget it completely, Jack Decor. Idiot. No, so he's involved, of course. I don't think anybody set him up. No, I think he's a part of this thing. Absolutely. Hey, if we're playing in the mud, I'm saying Jack Decor is 100% involved in this thing. For sure. Absolutely. He's the ex-boyfriend. He was not happy that Kaylee was going to leave. He tried to downplay it to everybody. He was pissed off. He was upset about her activities and what she was doing behind his back with other guys. And that extended all the way down to Texas. And he knew everything about that. Because here's why. Because people would tell him information about what she was doing, where she was at, who she was hooking up with. You know, Jack Decor had his eyes and ears all over her. All over that house. He did. He would go to the house to play with Murphy, supposedly. All right? Not because he wanted to play with Murphy. He went there because he wanted to check up on things. That's why Jack DeCour fucking went there. Yeah, exactly why. And in the beginning of their relation, let me clarify, let me back up. When they got Murphy together, okay, Jack DeCour may have been invested in Murphy at that point in time. He may have been. But after Kaylee broke up with him the last time, Jack DeCour could give two shits about the dog. He didn't care about Murphy at all. He was angry, he was pissed off, and he stewed in that for a very long time. Yes, he did. Absolutely. Anyway, so no, Jack DeCour, in my opinion, was not framed whatsoever here. No, absolutely not. No. Jack DeCour was a part of this thing. Yep, for sure. Jack DeCour was a part of this thing. Look, you cannot forget a 17-minute phone call. You cannot. You cannot forget a 17-minute phone call. And let me tell you this. If for some reason that you do forget a 17-minute phone call, well, your reaction to that is going to be one of shock and surprise, right? Like, what are you talking about? You right? What do you mean I missed a 17-minute phone call from my ex-girlfriend who was just murdered? There is none of that in Jack DeCour's interview. There's no shock. There's no surprise. There's no nothing like that at all in Jack DeCour's interview. There isn't. He's not shocked. He's not surprised. He is nothing. His affect and tone of voice is flat. He has a flat affect, and his tone of voice matches his flat affect. They match. They do. He is not crying. Again, nobody is crying about this. He's not upset. He's not sad. He's not in shock. He's not in trauma. It's like he knew exactly what happened too, just like the rest of them. That's why people are giddy. People are laughing. They're joking. They are joking. They're joking here. Yeah. Jack DeCour pretends he doesn't know anything. Doesn't know about a 17-minute phone call. No. He offers up, well, yeah, Maddie and Kaylee texted me. I don't know why Maddie's texting me. It's unusual for her to text me because she doesn't normally. Gee, I wonder why that is, Jack DeCour. Why do you think Maddie would be texting you? Gee, I don't know. It's a big mystery here. Not really. It's not. Look, this thing was organized. It was, but it was sloppy as hell. It was organized by young people. It was personal, but it was sloppy as fuck. Moscow and Idaho State Police here. That's a great question why they would go along with this nonsense. That is another great question in this fucking thing. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? In a really weird sense, guys. It's almost like this is the mud. Okay, I got to clarify. This is Mud 101. It's almost as if they recruited these people into their fucking bullshit case. That's the way it feels sometimes. But that is the mud. That is playing in the mud. 100% playing in the mud here. Speculation 101. Right. Do I have any proof of that? Absolutely not. No proof whatsoever. But it has that flavor of we pulled these people into the case, because we had a greater agenda going on. And it does have that feeling, don't get me wrong, it does. But again, I gotta say, that's the mud, though. We're playing in the mud, baby. We're playing in the mud with that. I don't know. Anyway, let's carry on. There is no way Brian Koberger is pulling off this type of crime between 8 and 12 minutes. It's impossible. Dylan Mortensen herself even gives an even greater timeline of events that happened within the house itself. She gives at least 30 minutes according to her statements, but we know it was much longer than this. But that's a good starting point, though. Dylan Mortensen tells on herself over and over again in this case. She gives the perpetrators, who are her friends and associates, 30 minutes at least in this house doing what they're doing to the roommates. That is in her statements. That is in her 11/17 interview to ISP. 30 minutes we're allocating at least to this thing. Hey, listen, we know it's much more time than that. But Dylan Mortensen already gives us that information. She already tells us these people and her friends and associates, they were in the house for at least 30 minutes. At least. You and I know it's longer than that. We do. But that is a perfect starting point here. Dylan, well, we know what Dylan is, okay? But she tells on herself over and over and over again. She tells on herself, this was organized to a degree, yes, but it was sloppy as fuck. And again, if this was a real investigation, they would be in jail. They would be hands down. Look, Koberger. Oh my God. We still really haven't gotten to him? No. Not 100%. We still have not fleshed out the lone wolf. Not me. I haven't. No. Because it's almost impossible to flesh him out. In fact, Bill Thompson couldn't even flesh out the lone wolf. How the fuck are we going to flesh him out when Bill Thompson himself can't even flesh him out? Bill Thompson didn't have a case. Ann Taylor knew this. Ann Taylor, why did you sell Brian Koberger up the river? I still don't get that. But anyway, Bill Thompson, he couldn't even flesh out the lone wolf. Brett Payne didn't even bother to flesh out the lone wolf because they gave up on the interview at the Pennsylvania State Police Barracks on 12/30/2022. They gave up the interview within 5 to 10 minutes of sitting down with Mr. Koberger. They did not even bother to try to get a confession out of him. They did not even bother to do that. They didn't. Just because someone brings up the word lawyer doesn't mean you stop the interrogation, Brett Payne. But that's exactly what they did. The minute Koberger started bringing up the word lawyer, Brett Payne and that other, I forget the other guy with him. Who was it? I forget. But Brett Payne was there. Snyder, was it Snyder? No. I forget the other. It was Brett Payne for sure. Okay. They did not even bother to keep going on with the interview. Number one, why? Because they didn't want to hear it. Number two, they knew they constructed a story already to fit the narrative, and they didn't want Koberger saying anything on the record that would fuck up their story. That's another reason why they shut down that interview so quickly with Brian Koberger at the Pennsylvania State Police Barracks in Monroe County on 12/30/2022. That's another reason why they did that. They didn't want Koberger going on record saying anything that would contradict their ridiculous narrative that they had already constructed. That's the reason why they shut down the interview with Koberger so quickly. They did not want him speaking on the record because they knew A, it was being audio recorded, B, they knew it was possibly being video recorded. And we have to put that in the official record. And the last thing we want as Moscow police is Brian Koberger going on record and contradicting us. And that's why they shut down that interview at the Pennsylvania State Police Barracks. That's why they did that. That's why Payne did that. They really did not want to understand Brian Koberger. They really were not there to get a confession from him. They were not there for that purpose at all. They were there for one purpose and one purpose only: to show their faces and to give the appearance that we're trying to talk to our suspect. Beyond those reasons, nothing. The last thing Brett Payne and Moscow police and Idaho State Police wanted was for Brian Koberger to speak on record about what his information or what he knew or what he did not know, because it would contradict their bullshit story. Period. That's why they did that. Fuck you. That is true. They did not even press him. They did not even try to ascertain a confession. They gave up after 5 minutes of talking to Brian Koberger. They gave up because their bullshit cover story was because he invoked the word lawyer. That's why. He didn't say, you need to stop questioning now because I'm getting a lawyer. He didn't say that. He did not say that. Hey, he's a criminology student. He did not say that, though. He didn't say, you know what? I need a lawyer right now, and that's it. He never said that. But Brett Payne and gang, they gave it up. Why? Again, why? Because they didn't want Koberger going on record saying anything that would fuck up their bullshit narrative. That's why they shut him down within 5 minutes of talking to him. They didn't pursue a confession. They never were interested in a confession. They didn't want him talking on the record. That's why they did that at the Pennsylvania State Police Barracks at Monroe County, Pennsylvania on 12/30/2022. Fuck you, my friends. Not my garden, but I'm saying all the pretenders out there, fuck you. That's why they did that. You wanted the best, you got the best. Hey, in my garden, you already know that. You already know that. That's why they did that. They had no interest in pursuing a confession with Koberger. They didn't even try. They didn't. Nope. Didn't even bother. They flew. Hey, listen. They flew all that way from Idaho, right? To sit down with the lone wolf, and they ended the interview within 10 minutes of sitting down with him. Why? Well, we know why. Think about it. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Absolutely absurd. They had no interest. They had no interest in talking to the lone wolf. Nope. All right. It's good?
Really, Professor. Did you have your RPA yet? Are you trying to teach the class drunk? You're teaching the class drunk.
Maybe. All I know is the candle's still burning. That's all I fucking know. That's right, baby. And I know how to blow my nose before I speak. And don't sound like a stuffed up chump that was born in a gutter. You mongoloid. Hey, if I can pull that from the official documents, can I call somebody a mongoloid? All right.
Yeah, I think you can, actually. In fact, that's one of my favorite words. Mongoloid. Yeah. Well, I am the best, actually. Nobody likes you. Hey, nobody likes you. They love me. They love Stanley. Regina, get away from me, Regina. Just get away from me. All right.
Doggy. Dog. Let's back up. Wait a minute. Let's carry. Wait a minute. Dog. No! Get this. Well, fuck this dog up, baby! No! Right there. Right there. Yeah. They are being... yeah. Hey. We're playing here, right? We're playing. But they're talking about a dog. And it sounds, you're right. It sounds like they're taunting. And they're saying, okay, hey, we got your dog right here, don't we? Right. And here's what we're going to do to it. And they did. And they fucking did. And that's where you hear the scream. Because they are watching the dog being attacked. These fucking assholes, Dylan and her associates, this is where, I'm sorry guys, but I'm playing on this beam of light right now, okay? And this beam of light is telling me they are killing the dog at this moment. They're stabbing him. And they're showing Kaylee, they're showing them this is what we're going to do. And that's where that scream comes in. I don't think this is her being attacked. We're showing you killing the dog. Yes. Yeah. If I had to put my money on anything going on here in this scenario, that's what I would put my money on here. Yeah, I would. I hear, don't. Fuck is it? Yeah. The dog, listen, dog and fucking dog. Dog. Listen. The dog, there's a barking. There's actually a barking before the scream. There is a barking that happens before the fucking scream. Listen. Do you hear that? Murphy, I'm interpreting this as Murphy, right? Murphy does bark before this. Listen. They're talking over the dog barking. You hear them kind of woofing a little bit, but then you actually hear the dog. The dog actually does bark. Yeah. You hear that? You hear a wolf. And then you hear crying afterwards. That is her crying after seeing what they did to him. That's what you're hearing. Get the fuck out, right? You guys sent me that? You guys sent me that email? We still hear pleading. We still hear pleading after they did what they did to Murphy. We still hear what I soon be Kaylee pleading. We do hear crying. We still hear crying, pleading. I can't believe you fucking did this, you son of a cock-sucking bastards. That's what we're hearing. And they're still, they're having a good old time with this fucking thing. Yes, they are. They're having a grand old time with this psychological and physical torture. Yeah. At this point, it's more psychological, right? It is. But at that point, in my gut feeling on this thing, if we're playing in the mud on this, my gut feeling on this is that's when they killed the dog, and they did it right in front of her, and that's her screaming. That's her screaming about it, and the aftermath of that is her pleading that this is a plea of denial, like. Let me clarify. It is, I can't believe I just fucking saw this. That's that crying that we're hearing. Like, how could you fucking do this? It is sad. It's shock. She's not thinking about herself in this moment. All she could think about is what she just saw them do to the dog. Absolutely. She is screaming about it. She's crying about it, which makes sense because she just saw Murphy being killed right in front of her fucking eyes. Absolutely. Yep. But listen, it makes sense because we have to take the dog out. In the plot here of what we're going to do, unfortunately, the dog has to go. It does. We either take him out here or we take him out of the residence. but it's much more efficient to take him out right here. And that's why we got the 911 call about somebody throwing away an animal. That's why this makes sense. Because they did throw away an animal. And that animal was Murphy. And they killed him in this moment. And that is Kaylee screaming, "I can't believe you fucking did this." And she is terrified. But in this moment, she's not thinking about herself. She is thinking about what she just saw. Yeah, there you go, my loves. I hope that makes sense. She is pleading at first with, she's pleading with them at first. And then the scream is because they stabbed him to death. They stabbed Murphy. They killed him. And she saw it, and they made her see it. And that's her scream. After that, she meets the same end. I'm just saying. But that, if you want to know the scream, that is why she's screaming like that. Yeah. And this scream is without ego. This scream is for her beloved dog. In this very moment, she is not thinking about anything other than what she just saw. Yeah. So Jack Decor, my friend, and everybody else that was a part of this, Dylan, I want you to know one thing and one thing only. Karma, I'm going to forget karma. Something much more stronger than that is coming for you guys. Much, much worse than that. You cannot hide forever. You can try. But the locusts that have been sent upon you, you can hide behind doors and walls. They will not stop. These types of things, this plague that has come upon you, it doesn't stop. And the more that comes out, the more that plague upon you is going to get worse and stronger. And the energy behind it is going to break everybody like you. You better start telling the truth here in this case. Otherwise, those locusts, they have nothing better to do. They will pick your eyeballs out of your skull, baby. That's what they'll do. And they will not stop until you start telling the truth. You, Bethany, Decor, Hunter Johnson, Emily, anybody else you can think of, including Moscow police in Idaho. Yeah. We'll pick it up a little. We're going to pick it up a little. I hope you like this one, guys. I hope you like that. Because that's exactly what I'm thinking here about what that scream is. Yep. No doubt. In my mind, with that. Absolutely. All right. Yep. Murphy was not just a lure. Listen, we talked about Murphy as a lure, right? Murphy filled many roles in this case. He was not only a lure, which he was. He was also the thing that I dangled in front of you and that I used against you in your final moments. That is the torture that I wanted to inflict upon you because I had so much hatred and anger towards you that I wanted you to know just how much I hated your guts in that moment. Think about that. This case, the motives behind this case, rage, anger, jealousy. These are the motives that fueled this case. And we hear it and we see it. Yeah, and it fits. This was a personal crime. This was never about a lone wolf. This was a personal crime, and I wanted to inflict as much damage as I could. Psychologically, physically, emotionally to you. And I did. And I did just exactly that. Yeah. I took your dog out in front of your eyes. And I did it right before I was going to attack you. And I liked listening to your screams. And I liked you whimpering and moaning and telling me no about it. I liked all these things. Because in my sick and twisted head, that's exactly what you deserved. Because of the shit that you put me through.
Right. I tell you, it's always good to have a Stanley. Because Stanley can see things a lot more clear.
Oh, yeah. It's always good to know your Stanley, isn't it? Yes, it is. It is. All right, loves. We're going to end it with this. I hope you like this, my loves. I do. We're going to end it with this. We always end it with a song. And this song I hope you like. All right? Hey, we may pick it up later. We still haven't even gotten to the cards. Okay? We will. But I think this is enough for now, guys. I hope you like this. I'm sorry. Everybody I missed in the chat, I apologize. I will go back and look at the comments. Yeah, this was organized. It was sloppy. It was homegrown. This was homegrown. No doubt in my mind. This was homegrown, baby. For sure. For sure. And Murphy, again, Murphy fulfilled many different roles in this case. Not only was Murphy a lure, but he was also the sacrificial lamb to torture you. I used Murphy to torture you. And I did. You sick fuckers. Moscow, you got some sick people running around on another level of sickness. It's organized, sloppy. There's a code behind this. It's fraternity. It's sick little people who think they're gangsters. Yeah. Fuck you, Moscow, Idaho. Absolutely. Sick little babies out there. Sick little billion-dollar babies in Moscow, Idaho. Hiding behind daddy and mommy's money. That's exactly what this is. Hiding behind mommy and daddy's fucking money. Sick little creatures out there. Unbelievable what this is. This is unbelievable what this is. Sick little billion-dollar babies. Fucking hell. Pissing and moaning about getting C's in their class when they're killing their fucking girlfriend. And the others. Fuck yeah. Unbelievable to me. Absolutely unbelievable. But that's what I hear. That's what I hear on that. Yep. Oh my God. And how does it fit in with what we saw on the body cam of Nunes? That's how it fits in. Because the script, the original script, somebody saw them throwing away the dog. Because they killed the dog. And somebody saw them. Whether that's on another camera or somebody watched this happen. They saw somebody take Murphy out of that house who was dead, probably covered in blood, and they watched them carry him away from the house. And that's what prompted the original call. Not emergency? Probably not emergency. Probably. There you go, my loves. I hope you like that, because that's what I'm thinking right now. That is exactly what I'm thinking right now. Fuck yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. To me, that is, it's the, hey listen, it's the mud, but it's some fucking clear mud to me. It's mud, but it's some clear mud to me here. Big time. Big time. Yup. Oh my God. All right. We got to wrap it up. We'll wrap it up. We'll pick it up later. Fucking hell, man. What? Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. What this shit is unbelievable. All right, here we go. We're going to play this. Yeah, I'm going to play this for you. I'm going to play this. Yes, I'm going to... whatever. Look. Whatever. You already know. I'm not preaching that. I already preached it enough. Here, this is what we're doing. If I can load it. Come on, load, baby, load. Oh my God. Wow, this is taking forever to load, guys.
One
Oh my
thing I've
God.
noticed about football fans
No,
is
I
they
ain't doing that. Oh my God, what is wrong with this one? Here you go. I love you, babies. $1 billion babies. But, hey, we'll get to Alice Cooper later, okay? Alice Cooper later.